And yes, like I said, we're going to get into answering all of your legal questions. And you know, our resident, we love to have him in our studios every single time we talk matters law. I'm talking about Robert Odanga. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Always lovely to have you here.
Yeah, always lovely coming here, and talking to the people,
yes,
addressing them, helping them here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, very, very good feeling.
It is.
Very
Maswali watu wamekuwa kituma for a bit now.
Yes.
So we've taken time to just put them together.
Yes.
And you'll be here for a bit.
Yeah, hopefully we're able to answer all of them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's the attitude I like. That's the attitude I like. So
yes. We get started immediately.
We get started. Great.
Good.
Is living together for more than 6 months considered a legal marriage in court? This is Mweni from Athi River.
That is a very hot topic,
yes,
even in court. Living together, let's put it this way, so that I think this is a topic I need to expound on very well.
Okay.
The Marriage Act in Kenya, or the law in Kenya, only recognizes 4 types of marriages.
Okay.
Civil marriage, customary marriage, Christian marriage, Islamic marriage, where you also put a Hindu marriage. Now, if you live together for more than 6 months, you realize you're not in any of those categories.
The come-stay marriage.
The come-stay marriage.
Yes.
So you're not in any of those categories.
Okay.
Now, number 2, a marriage must be registered for it to be recognized as a marriage.
Okay.
So if you live together for more than 6 months, it's not registered anywhere, is it?
No.
So what she is asking, what she's putting is that if you live together for more than 6 months, it is presumed that there is marriage. It is a presumption of marriage. A presumption of marriage and marriage are 2 different things.
Yes.
I want the ladies to get this very clearly.
I don't know why we're being addressed, but you'll take it.
You must get the I need you to get. I need you to get it. I need to get it very clearly.
Okay.
Look at it this way: when you're presented before a court as a criminal, you are presumed innocent. Innocent until proven
guilty.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it does not mean that you're not guilty, but we presume that you're innocent. Now, when you live together for a long time, we presume that there is marriage until we're able to prove the otherwise.
Yes.
All right? Based on different evidence and all that. Now, this case has been, this matters have been very hot in court. The very first time it came up, and it's something that I want, just 2 cases that someone can research on. Just Google them very slightly and see. You'll be able to get the, the gist of everything else. All right, you look at there's a very famous case now ongoing the name is Joseph Githogo versus Victoria Muhaki. It's whereby the court was talking about presumption of marriage.
Okay.
Now, presumption of marriage will only come up. It will only be addressed by court. It will only come up during issues of inheritance. When the court needs to decide about certain other things. For instance, your husband dies.
Yes.
Or a husband dies. When the husband dies, now you're denied inheritance. Now you need to go and tell court that, we were married, we were living together and all that. I'm entitled to some inheritance.
Yes.
Now you need to prove to the court or show the court why you deserve, inheritance. Then now you'll be able to show that we've been living together for more than 6 months. This and this has been happening. Then there's been happening here. This and this has been going on. So we should be presumed that we were married.
Okay.
But if you do not have a marriage certificate, you are not married.
Okay.
So a come-we-stay relationship where people live together is not marriage.
So what if we did a traditional, customary wedding?
Yes.
But we did not sign any papers. Watu walienda kapeleka tu mang'ombe, and then tukarudi Nairobi tukaendelea kuishi.
Sorry, but that marriage must be registered. Section 4 of the Marriage Act is very clear.
Hata kama walikutolea
you must
mahari,
register it.
If it's not registered,
it must be registered.
Not married.
So if you don't fall within the 4 categories I've counted,
yes,
I've been very clear. Civil marriage, customary marriage, Christian, Islamic, or Hindu. You are not married.
Okay.
When there is a dispute when there's a dispute that a court needs to decide on, for instance, a dispute mostly it's about inheritance. You only come in during inheritance. Then we can look at facts and say, okay, that is what the law calls cohabitation. Cohabitation is living together for a certain period of time, so that, your staying together resembles a marriage, yet it is not a marriage. The word is resembles.
Okay.
A marriage is not a marriage.
It's not a marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Haya tumesikia.
Yes.
Especially sisi tumeambiwa. I just recently
Yes.
moved out of a rental, and while moving, my couch scratched the laminated floor. My landlord said she spoke to the flooring guy and that she will have to replace the entire floor.
Oh my God.
My security deposit is intact as per the contract, but now she's asking for more.
Okay.
Would the one scratch be considered damage beyond normal wear and tear, making me responsible to cover full cost of its replacement? Are there tenants' rights to shield against such?
I had said in this place before that the most protected people in this country are tenants and people who are employed.
Yes.
The law really does a lot in protecting them. But in the event that when you're moving out, you destroy something, you see, you have to fix it.
Yes.
So the thing is, I would suggest and would propose that she fixes what has been spoiled by herself. All right? Instead of telling the landlord to fix it. Because the landlord then might be greedy and take advantage and decide and say, you know what, I want to fix the entire floor. Maybe, you know, something like that. Or alternatively then, the security deposit is with the landlord. If there is anything over and above, then they all need to bring professionals who are going to look over the damage and everything else. Then they're able to decide on how it's supposed to be fixed.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a pending case in court.
Yes.
Which has taken me 4 years now, in and out of the courts. Yet the CJ instructed that no cases should take 3 years. I am stressed out of my mind. What happens if a case stays in court this long? So it's been 4 years.
The last time we were here, we spoke about whether there's justice in court or not. I remember among the things I spoke about was cases taking too long in court.
Yes.
Whereby you even forget what you guys were arguing over, what the dispute is about. You get to court and you always forget what is going on. Because the case has taken such a long time, you've been so frustrated and there's no moving forward. Courts are giving priority to cases that have taken a long time in court right now.
Okay.
I don't know whether she has not specified, the person has not specified whether they are the plaintiff, or they have been sued, or the ones who have sued, or whether it's a criminal matter, you know, they've not specified.
Yes.
But if they are the ones, if they have been sued, they should do an application for dismissal of that case. Because the person who has sued them has not followed up enough to be able to give them enough to be able to give them enough notices to attend court.
Okay.
So they should do an application for the dismissal of that suit. Now, if the person complaining is the person who was sued, they need to do a letter to the executive officer of the judiciary in that particular court and express themselves on how long that matter has taken in court, and that matter should be expeditiously handled. It is unconstitutional for a case to take that long in court, because our constitution requires that cases must be expeditiously disposed very quickly.
All right.
Yes.
So they need to write a letter depending on if they've been sued or they're sued.
Yes.
So if you're being sued,
you need to do an application for dismissal. Exactly.
If you're suing, then you need to write to the executive
a letter. Yes.
In the judiciary of that particular court.
Yes.
To just be like, yo,
this case has taken too long. Exactly. Like, give us dates, expedite it. No, let's finish it.
Okay.
Okay.
How can I legally protect my designs and the work from being imitated? This is Maurice from Bungoma.
Just register it.
Okay.
Register it with the copyright KP. Have it registered.
Okay.
It should be good to go.
Good morning, Mikali and Odanga. Which charges can a teacher who marries a 21-year-old secondary school girl be prosecuted? The student is already an adult and of sound mind. Ako high school, ako 21 years old, and mwalimu anamuoa.
I feel like the person texting is mwalimu, right? Just read the last part. Just the last part.
The student is already an adult and of sound mind. Huyu mwalimu ndio ana text.
Huyu mwalimu ndio ana text. Mwalimu amependa mtoto wa shule sana. Do they have an ID? That is one.
Okay, so you might be 21 but you don't have an ID.
Exactly. So do they have an ID?
Okay.
can we presume them to be adults? Because you're talking about a birth certificate, but do they have a national identity card? Another thing that we need to look at. The issues of age is about consent.
Okay.
So that's how we need to look at it. Do not look at it as an age issue. I need to look at it as a consent issue. Am I able to give consent? Am I able to give consent that? Because if you look at other countries, an adult is someone who's 16 years old. Other countries are 15, as low as 15 years old. If you look at our laws before the whites came in, or in certain African countries, a 14-year-old lady is able to get married, right? So you look at that, and it's about consent. So basically, there should be no charges preferred against the teacher.
Yes.
The lady is an adult, and an adult who can consent and can make their own decisions. So mwalimu asiogope.
Ako tu sawa.
Aendelee tu apeleke mahari, aongee na watu wake.
But so this needs to, like what you said about consent is, if this student feels like, if I don't marry the teacher, then my grades will be. If you're put in a problem.
Situation. So that's another angle I was bringing.
Okay.
It's like a doctor cohabiting with the patient. It is not ethically allowed.
Yeah.
It is against practice. It's like a lawyer taking advantage of a desperate client in such a situation. It's like basically a professional who has been given a certain role, to nurture the other party, to take advantage of their emotional status and bring them into issues of cohabiting, dating, and all that. Okay. So ethically, for the teacher, it might be wrong, and it might even have the teacher face disciplinary action. So in terms of criminal, is on the clear.
Yes, but in terms of
out of ethics, in terms of the code of conduct, it might not be on the clear.
Great.
Yes.
So we put this question up on social media today.
Yeah. Okay.
This particular one.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read a bit of feedback before we take a break. Alan anasema, as long as amemaliza kusoma mi naweza marry. Good morning to you. But the student is still in school. She's 21, but ako shule. Frakida wa Mutituni unasema, as long as she's above 18, no problem with that. Yes, teachers are not allowed to marry students.
Code of conduct.
Yes.
What
the Marian Saint said, why is that so after all the girl is above 18 years old, and now she can decide who she wants? For me, not only the society may start losing interest in the teacher on teaching other students. Okay. He might actually even be considered a womanizer. Traveler Ken says, code of conduct matters. Yes. Freddie Makotinis, the fact remains that she is a student. It's illegal. Boniface Mwangi says, as long as she has an ID and the teacher has not been dating her prior to this date, plus it's my hope that she has completed schooling already, especially basic education. Son of Kibomet anasema, a teacher marrying a student has no problem as long as the student is of legal age. Is this so tunatoka kwa nyumba moja na mwalimu?
Exactly.
Asubuhi anaingia klasi hiyo na mimi naingia klasi nyingine.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Ethically, it's just not right.
It's not right.
Not right.
Ojango Kubondo Roderick says it goes against teaching ethics to have a relationship with a student, even though in the eyes of the law hakuna kitu mwalimu atafanywa. But disciplinary action can be taken against him or her internally. This is exactly what I was saying. What I was telling you.
It's like this way. It's like I'll put it differently.
Okay.
If you had a daughter who is 21 years old, then the daughter is seeing a therapist who is 45 years old, then all of a sudden you hear that they want to get married.
Nah.
Right?
You are hypnotizing my child.
Exactly. So teachers are held to such a high standard more than therapists.
That's true.
Because you're supposed to nurture me and grow my brain, and you're supposed to be my role model. I'm supposed to look up to you. Okay? It reminds me back in the day when we were in primary school, we were in class 3, and there's this very beautiful madam teacher teaching you. Class 3, class 4, you know, like, but you get so smitten.
Uko na crush.
Uko na crash. So you can imagine, or maybe you get to class 8, or probably you're in high school.
Yes.
This happens in high school a lot. A lot in high school. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, you see a very beautiful teacher. She's a very beautiful lady. Then now, because you have a crush, if the teacher says, let's get married, it's like, yes. Let's do this. Because
you can't think further than that. Your brain is not mature enough.
It's not mature enough.
Yeah.
So if the teacher says, if such a thing happens, it's totally unethical.
And it's the responsibility of the teacher to be
now,
able to
exactly,
draw
to
the
behave
line
professionally.
and be like, ukimwambia uko na crash, unapatiwa disciplinary action, wewe unaenda nyumbani kwanza.
Because how do you even get to the point of, being that comfortable with the student?
Exactly. But we're going to take a very short commercial break. We're taking all of your questions, matters legal. Robert Odanga will be here to answer all of them. 111-444-111. That is our SMS line. Na kukosa shilingi moja to go onto our Facebook page, Switch TV Kenya, Switch TV KE on Instagram. We'll be right back with Robert after this break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Wikali. It's Wednesday and we are answering I'm part of it. I'm Nachangia, but we have an advocate of the High Court, Robert Odanga, who's answering all of your legal questions. So feel free to send them to 111-444-111. And I could cost shilingi moja too to send that SMS. Switch TV KU on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Now, tuendele.
Yes.
I need a lawyer.
Okay.
But I don't have money.
Okay.
There's someone who sold my mother's land without my mother knowing.
Okay.
And because that person has money, we have tried without success. My mother is a widow. This land was meant to be bought. She has everything and all the documents of that land. Please help me.
Oh, really? That's sad. Two things.
Yes.
How was this land sold if it is registered in the names of the mother?
Yes.
All right? That will be my first question.
Okay.
Second thing, she's saying, the texter is saying the mother is a widow. Does it mean that the land was registered in the names of the husband?
Okay.
All right?
Question.
That is, yeah. So that the two things. Another thing I would ask is, was there succession that was done? Because when someone passes on and land is in their name, even for the wife and the kids to inherit, you must do succession.
Okay.
Right? Was succession done? And another thing is that the last part, maybe solution to what he's talking about, is that no one, no matter how much money you have, can be able to. No one can take away your property at this time, in this kind of society that we are in. Courts are awoke. I mean, there are so many avenues you can always explore. It has happened even to our very famous politicians who are vying for offices, taking over land from, taking land by force from several people.
This is me trying to not think of the one person in my head.
Not think of any person. I'll end up being a lawyer today in the evening.
I am not mentioning anyone's name.
Yeah. So, people get frustrated. Some people die while still trying to get their land back. Yeah, so this used to happen back in the old dark days. Right now, it is not possible. I will be able. I'm not allowed to do this, but I will be able. I'll break this once. I will be able, on a pro bono basis, represent this person. Let them just bring all the documents to me. We'll file whatever we need to file very quickly.
Okay.
And when we are done, we'll be able to tell the people here again that we were done with that case.
Oh, damn.
So, yes. So let
you pick up a case every single time you come here. At least one, if not two.
Yes. We have to help. We have to help where we can. And you have to try as much as you can to touch lives when you are alive and kicking and energetic. And that is what we try and do every day. So, this person should get in contact with me.
Okay.
I will be able to assist.
Patiana ile namba saizi
kama nasikiza. Just reach me out on 0725 119 100.
Okay.
Just give me a call.
Great.
We'll be able to help you.
Get help.
Yes.
Looking for legal advice. I had love in my marriage 6 years back.
Okay.
And then after a year, after my daughter was born, things started getting toxic. This year in July, I raised a domestic violence case against my husband
Okay.
and mother-in-law as they had forcefully thrown me out of the house.
Okay.
The court procedure took this long, and next hearing date where the actual case will start is November.
Okay.
Last week, my mother-in-law has filed the same domestic violence case against me.
Okay.
In between, my husband called my lawyer and told him that he wants to stay with me and all.
Okay.
When I went to meet my lawyer this weekend, he told me my husband called him and I should forget all the physical and mental harassment my husband and mother-in-law did to me and go stay with him.
Okay.
I don't trust my mother-in-law or husband at all. Is there a kind of bond or paper or document my husband and mother-in-law can sign to say they will not beat me or throw me out of the house? This is heartbreaking.
That's heartbreaking. That's very heartbreaking. That's serious. I'll address it legally, but I'll also step out of that a little bit by saying, yes, stepping out.
I see. Okay.
All right. I do not believe that there should be any reason anyone in this world, whether you're desperate, whatever situation you're in, that should ever get back into anything that is toxic, abusive, and getting physically assaulted. That's how people end up dying. You've been beaten to death. Yeah. Or you've lost. There's a case I think that was brought to me whereby a wife had 2 of her fingers chopped off. So it is not. I will not. I don't even want to get into issues of papers that need to be signed.
Yeah.
My point is, there should not be going back.
They shouldn't.
It should not even be coming up. Because if you're saying that they've stayed together for 6 years, and everyone is abusive to her, including the mother-in-law, it means that the whole family has ganged up against her.
Yeah.
So I do not see even a situation whereby we need to talk about papers being signed.
Because it is clear that she's not loved.
Exactly.
She's not wanted.
You should never be in a situation whereby you're being physically assaulted. I do not see a reason for it. You should not be having children as an excuse.
No.
You should not be having the fact that you're being provided for as an excuse. There should be no excuse to violence or you tolerating violence on your body because now what papers is she talking about? Yeah. Okay. Legally.
Okay.
We could be talking about, for instance, if someone keeps harassing you, they want to beat you and you're far away from them, we talk about restraining order.
Okay.
Now, they're living together. We cannot talk. We can, of course, we can get an order. You can get an order. People get even orders for conjugal rights. So.
Okay.
Yes, you denied me this and this and this. I need to get that. All right. So.
And then what happens? Sorry. So now you've gotten the order.
Yes.
And then so I take this order back home and be like, yo, cheeky.
You're duly served.
Yes, and then
the bedroom, please.
And then if I'm not willing to do it, then we go back to court. Okay. Anyway.
Let's sort this. Let's
just sort this one out. This is
so the thing is, even if you're to get an order that these people will never assault you again.
Yes.
Then what? You see, what's next? What if the next time you're assaulted, you're dead? There's an order, but you've been beaten up and you're dead.
Yeah.
Or what if they come to provoke you? Then you have to defend yourself and kill one of them. I don't know. You get that angle.
I see.
You get to that house. The mother-in-law comes, slaps you, does something. Then a reflex reaction. You push them.
They fall down and die.
What happens then? You've killed someone.
Yeah.
You'll be charged with murder. So I will not advise this lady to go back. I will advise this lady now that the good thing is she has a lawyer. Let the lawyer just look at the issues of the children, so that the husband can be responsible for the kids, pay school fees, pay maintenance, and everything else. That's it.
Yeah, I think those are
Nothing
the kind
else.
of papers that we should be talking
That's
about.
the kind of papers we're talking about.
Yeah, not
Nothing
papers
else.
of
Not
protecting
papers
you
of
from
protecting you
from a mother-in-law
from
who
your
will
mother-in-law
probably beat you up.
and your husband. It shouldn't happen like that. So
Okay.
totally against it. Go for the child maintenance case, file a child maintenance suit, and that's it. Tell your lawyer to do that, and you should be good. You should be good. You should be on the clear.
Okay.
Revamp your life, start afresh. You know.
It can work out. Sometimes we do not trust the strength that we have
Yes.
within us.
Yes.
And I think you have so much strength to, just get up and fight some more.
Yes.
Send in your SMSs 111 That is our SMS line. We're going to be looking into them. We are still looking into them.
Yes.